Tina.
And I'm Brian.
Welcome to the Harris home. This is our first house. This house is the only two-story house in the entire neighborhood, and it's the only house that is not made out of brick.
What we have here is what you would call a real water hole. I went to take the water spigot out of here, and because of our genius last homeowners, it came out. So we just have an empty hole right here where the pipe is connected to the kitchen sink. Check that out. The pipe is connected to this kitchen sink, so all I could do right here is just plug it up with an old t-shirt to keep it from leaking everywhere. And you'll see later on what the results of that are in our kitchen. You can see it pouring from the kitchen and the floor, and it's going so hard and so fast that it's got to come out because of our sheetrock problems that is flowing out of the back of the house. Not only is our floor flooded and our sheetrock molded, but now it's leaking out and it's making way for bugs and all other kind of God's creatures to come and crawl in. As you can see, also the ants, they have their free reign. And they find their way through all sorts of crevices and holes, not only here but all throughout the house. We've always wanted an indoor swimming pool, but we didn't expect it to be in the kitchen. But what you can see right here is what I was telling you about from the back of the house where the pipe is next to the sink area. Whenever we cut the water on now, because the pipes are so messed up, they were so poorly put together, when I tried to fix it, it only made matters worse. So you can always come over to the kitchen of the Harris home and do a little swimming around. Come in here and get your snacks and do a little swimming at the same time. But it is a mess. Of course, you can imagine the mud that's tracked through here. Whenever we get ready to take a shower and do whatever we have to do, we have to go back out and cut the water off and cut it back on, which is a great inconvenience. That's just what we're dealing with right now. So, like I said, if you ever want to go swimming, inside swimming pool, want to beat the heat, come to the Harris kitchen. We've got our own specialty indoor pool.
We apologize for the lights. You're supposed to replace them, but when your kitchen looks like this, you really don't want to see it all, so I don't mind having these lights not on. Let's open the cabinet and let them see some of the mold and stuff in here.
Boy, do we have a surprise for you in here.
If you can see the mold there on the back of the wall.
Oh, do you smell that? That smells great.
Yeah, that's the time we need smell-o-vision.
Fresh mold. You see that?
Yeah, all mold. Shine the light a little bit so it can take time to focus. Oh yeah, it's awful in there.
Pipes are leaking.
If you point up there at top, I see like green mold at the top right there.
Oh yeah, the pipes are all molded.
This is like the first time we've actually opened this since probably 7 months. So we didn't even know it was this bad in here.
Boy, to make a new man out of you when you get to breathe this in every day.
Yeah, let's close this. This is how the water comes into the living room. I can't really say that we deserve to be on your new show, but I can tell you we would really appreciate the opportunity to showcase our house and hopefully get it remodeled by your crew, so it can be a much better place for us to stay along with our furry baby. This is our wet room. I call it the wet room because every time it rains, it leaks and this whole wall started to rot. As you can see, even the paint and stuff is just peeling. We just left it there since we're gonna have to do something with this part. You can see where it molded through here and in the very top. The water will come down this wall and leak through the window here. And so all the wood trim around the window has completely rotted out due to the water damage. This part I didn't notice until probably last month. I don't know anything about carpentry, but something about this just doesn't look right. The way they have this frame here with the bent pieces of wood holding it up, and this is the only thing that's holding up this side of the house, which is an addition that was made, especially with the second story.
See our lovely stairwells here? They seem to be fine right now. We've had a contractor come over and tell us that it's not up to code. You see the kind of covered by loose sheetrock here, just hanging sheetrock there. See all the gaps in between it. Started pulling up carpet when we first moved in. Then we began to see how it just wasn't built right.
The head clearance, I believe, was built as an afterthought. I'll come up here and I'll show you what it looks like.
Welcome to the dungeon.
Of course, when we moved in, there's no doors. So let me move our little covering out of the way. If you can look at this big old purple thing, they took the head clearance out of this upstairs bedroom. So all of this wasted space right here, just taking up this part of the bedroom. I really would love to get rid of this. It's really an eyesore. This is the master bedroom. I don't know why they had two entrances, but we have two entrances. So step on in. Okay, this is the other window. This is an office inside the master bedroom. This window here, the ladybugs come in. As you can see, they, I guess, got too hot and they died as well. And another unusual thing about this flooring here in this room is that it is not level. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but the floor kind of tilts downward going towards the window. And then when you go outside to the outside balcony, that balcony tilts back towards, slants back towards this particular room. So the wet room that I mentioned earlier is right below us. And so the water that rushed off the balcony is what actually ran down into the wet room and caused the rotting. We tried to prevent the water by putting some tar down. It somewhat helps, but the rainwater still just rushes down here. From the outside, the home looks beautiful. It stands out. Like I said, it's the only two-story house in the neighborhood, so it's a big focal point in our neighborhood. But none of our neighbors realize the horror of coming inside the house. We rarely let people inside. My family has never been to the house. There's some more that's going in. You can see the trail all the way down. Hopefully this remodel would make it easier for us to continue wanting to live. It's just awful trying to cook in that kitchen, and the smell of mold and food is not really a good smell. So the way our house looks compared to others I've seen on TV doesn't even compare. We don't have much flooring. We basically use just the subfloor in many of our rooms. We have no decorations. It's pretty much a shell of a house. You can't really call it home, it's just a shell of a house.
Time out. Get serious, man. Y'all gotta be serious.